Few figures in modern music have had the cultural, social, and political impact of Tupac Amaru Shakur. Born in 1971 in East Harlem, New York, Tupac grew up amid poverty, social unrest, and political activism. His mother, Afeni Shakur, was a member of the Black Panther Party, instilling in him an acute awareness of racial injustice, systemic oppression, and the struggles faced by marginalized communities in America. This upbringing deeply influenced Tupac's artistic vision, lyrical content, and public persona. By the early 1990s, he had transformed into a prodigious talent. A rapper, poet, actor, and activist whose words spoke for a generation of disenfranchised youth. He became known not only for his music, but also for his charisma, fearlessness, and ability to articulate the harsh realities of life in urban America. But alongside his artistic brilliance, Tupac's life was punctuated by controversy, legal challenges, and dangerous personal associations, setting the stage for a tragic end that would shock the world. Tupac's rise in the music industry was meteoric. After performing with the alternative hip-hop group Digital Underground, he launched a solo career marked by albums such as Tupacalypse Now, 1991, Strictly for My Niggaz, 1993, and Me Against the World, 1995. His music often addressed police brutality, poverty, systemic racism, and gang violence, resonating with fans across the United States and the world. But his lyrics, while socially conscious, also mirrored his real-life conflicts. Tupac's confrontations with law enforcement, his entanglements in legal cases, including a 1993 sexual assault investigation and later a 1994 conviction, and his associations with West Coast gangs, created both enemies and a life under constant scrutiny. Simultaneously, the 1990s saw the rise of the infamous East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry, which would come to define the era. Tupac, representing the West Coast and affiliated with Death Row Records, clashed publicly and privately with East Coast artists, most notably the notorious B.I.G. and Bad Boy Records. Diss tracks, media sensationalism, and publicized confrontations escalated tensions, merging the world of music with the realities of gang culture. This rivalry, amplified by tabloid media and public fascination, created an environment where personal, professional, and criminal worlds collided, and made Tupac a high-profile target. On September 7, 1996, Tupac attended the Mike Tyson vs. Bruce Seldon boxing match at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. The event itself was tense, as Tupac reportedly had an altercation in the hotel lobby with a member of the Southside Crips gang, a confrontation that would later be seen as a significant precursor to the shooting that followed. After the match, Tupac and Suge Knight, the CEO of Death Row Records, were traveling in a black BMW, reportedly en route to a nightclub. As they stopped at a red light at East Flamingo Road and Colville Lane, a white Cadillac pulled up alongside them. Witnesses reported seeing multiple shots fired from the Cadillac into Tupac's vehicle. Tupac was struck 4 times, including in the chest, arm, and thigh, sustaining life-threatening injuries. Suge Knight was grazed by a bullet, but survived. The chaos of the drive-by shooting left pedestrians, bystanders, and other motorists in shock. Las Vegas police responded swiftly, and Tupac was rushed to University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, where he underwent emergency surgery. Despite the tireless efforts of medical staff, Tupac succumbed to his injuries 6 days later, on September 13, 1996, at only 25 years old.
You know they got me trapped in this prison of seclusion.
Tupac Shakur rode to fame and riches on his often violent vision of life in the inner city. That vision turned out to be prophetic. His own death from multiple gunshot wounds. And his devoted fans who believed his rap litany mirrored their lives are mourning.
From the moment of the shooting, law enforcement faced immense challenges. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department launched a full investigation, but the case was plagued by uncooperative witnesses, fear of retaliation, and a lack of concrete evidence. Tupac's affiliations with gangs and the ongoing East Coast-West Coast feud complicated the inquiry, making it nearly impossible to determine motives, identify the shooters, or pursue suspects without significant risk. Numerous individuals came under suspicion, including members of the Southside Crips, who were believed to retaliate for previous altercations involving Tupac and death row associates. Others speculated that East Coast rivals, particularly those aligned with Bad Boy Records, had orchestrated the murder in response to escalating tensions and threats. Over time, conspiracy theories emerged, suggesting possible involvement from law enforcement, the music industry, or other influential figures. Despite decades of investigation, no one has been officially charged with Tupac Shakur's murder, making it one of the most famous unsolved homicides in modern American history.
The death of rap legend Tupac Shakur nearly 30 years ago became one of the nation's most notorious unsolved murders.
Hey, Keith, Metro Police, come over here.
Then in 2023, a breakthrough when prosecutors charged this man with ordering the hit, the only person arrested for Shakur's murder, who now tells authorities have the wrong man.
I'm innocent. I ain't killed nobody, never did, ever kill nobody. They don't have no evidence against me. Came and put me in Las Vegas.
The media played a central role in shaping the narrative of Tupac's murder. News outlets, tabloids, and magazines sensationalized the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, often blurring the line between reporting and fueling conflict. Headlines suggested revenge plots, gang warfare, and conspiracies, creating a public frenzy that amplified speculation. Social media would later perpetuate theories, keeping Tupac's death in the spotlight for decades. Documentaries, interviews with surviving associates, and investigative journalists revisiting the case revealed disturbing details about the influence of gang affiliations, record label pressures, and the pervasive culture of fear that surrounded Tupac in his final years. Police reports indicated missed leads, uncooperative witnesses, and potential mishandling of key evidence, further fueling frustration among fans and investigators alike. The case remains a stark example of how celebrity, gang culture, and systemic failure intersect to obscure justice. Tupac Shakur's murder did not end his influence. His music, activism, and persona continue to resonate worldwide. Posthumous albums, unreleased tracks, documentaries, and cultural analysis have cemented Tupac as a figure whose work transcended music. His lyrics on poverty, inequality, systemic oppression, and resilience remain relevant, inspiring new generations of artists and fans. Moreover, Tupac's death highlighted the dangerous interplay of fame, violence, and unresolved conflicts. It also sparked debates about the responsibilities of record labels, the impact of publicized feuds, and the role of the media in escalating tensions that may contribute to real-world violence. The life and murder of Tupac Shakur represent more than a tragic loss of a musical legend. They encapsulate the convergence of art, culture, violence, and systemic failure. Tupac's extraordinary talent and social consciousness contrasted sharply with the perilous environment in which he lived, ultimately leading to his untimely death. His story is a complex tapestry of brilliance, danger, and unresolved mystery, one that continues to captivate, inspire, and haunt the world decades later. Tupac Shakur's voice may have been silenced too soon, but his music, poetry, and message endure. The questions surrounding his murder, the motives, the identities of the perpetrators, and the missed opportunities for justice remain a chilling reminder of the fragility of life in the crosshairs of fame, power, and conflict. If you want more deep dive documentaries on unsolved murders, music legends, and true crime mysteries, be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Because Tupac's story is not just about a life lost, it is about the cultural impact, the legacy of art, and the enduring quest for justice in a world filled with unanswered questions.